Facebook retargeting ads for real estate agents. This is where the game is won. If you want to generate high quality Facebook leads as a realtor that actually turn into closed deals, I'm going to walk through an entire step-by-step tutorial. So by the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to have your very first retargeting ad up and running. So follow along with me. Now, to give you some context as to why I'm credible to talk about this, I spend over $1 million a year myself on Facebook ads, and the majority of which is spent on retargeting. Now, also, when I was in production as a real estate agent, the majority of deals that I closed ended up coming from retargeting Facebook ads following the exact strategy that I'm going to walk you through right now. So without further ado, let's dive into Facebook ads for realtors, but the best strategy you could leverage, which is retargeting. And retargeting means getting your ads in front of people who have already seen other ads or engaged with you on other platforms, whether it be on Instagram, whether it be your website or anywhere else. But this makes sure that people never forget about you. The goal as a real estate agent is not just to become top of mind, but most importantly, remain top of mind, because you know that people will work with the person that they think of or that who they saw last. This is why bus benches, for example, if you drive by a bus bench or a billboard once, you're never going to remember that person if you want to buy or sell in 6, 8, 12, 18 months from now. However, if you drive by that route every single day, multiple times a day, and you look directly at that bus bench every day, you'll probably remember that person. This is doing the same thing, but with $5 to $10 a day max. $5 a day is all you need to make sure everybody in your market remembers who you are. So let's dive straight into this incredible tutorial that changed my business forever and that could change yours. So first thing that we need to do is we need to navigate over to the Facebook Ads Manager. Now, if you're new to Facebook ads, drop a comment below if you want my initial Facebook ad tutorial, the first Facebook ad you should run, which will allow you to generate leads within 24 hours. That's right. Every person that I've ever seen run this ad generates leads within 24 hours. So just drop a comment, say leads if you want that original tutorial. But this is for retargeting. So if you don't know how to access Facebook Ads Manager, you need to come over here to the left-hand side and you can click See More. You'll see your Ads Manager. So now that we come to our Ads Manager, you'll see that it populates with my draft account, which is where I do all my tutorials. But what we're going to do is we're going to click create. Now, before we create the ad, you need to understand what the outcome is. So yes, we want to get in front of people. Yes, we want to stay in front of people, but what is the outcome for the ad that we're actually going to run? The various scenarios that I found work best for Facebook retargeting ads is the following. First, retargeting people that saw your just listed ad. So every time you list a new property, you should be running an ad for a week or two that is showcasing the new listing that you just got with the goal of generating buyers or appointments. However, once that property sells, you should be running a retargeting ad so that you can show all the people who saw that just listed ad that you got the job done, because that's going to make them more inclined to want to work with you if they're looking to get the job done because they saw you listed it and now they saw that you sold it as well. Now, the other case, which is what I use the majority of my budget for, on an ongoing basis, I always have $5 a day running in the background as a production agent. Always $5 a day. Now, you add the $5 a day for the listing retarget, but always have $5 a day. Now, what we're going to do with that extra $5 a day is you should be running Facebook ads to generate leads. Now, if you're just running a standard Facebook ad, you're constantly serving it to new people. So you might be spending $15 a day on getting in front of new people, but you want to spend an extra $5 a day where you're constantly getting in front of the people who've already seen it. That way you've got a combined $20 a day where the majority of it is getting in front of new people. A budget is staying in front of people so they never forget who you are. That is where you're going to dominate your market, especially now more than ever where the market's a little bit crazy and agents are spending less money. This will work incredible. So let's show you how to do both of those scenarios because it's both going to be the exact same process. Before we create our ad, what we need to do is we need to create our custom audiences. This is our retargeting audiences. So what we want to do is come over to the left-hand side and click audiences. That's going to bring us up to this section here where you've got custom audiences, lookalike audiences, and saved audiences. Now, unfortunately, due to the special ad category of housing, you can no longer leverage lookalike audiences like you used to be able to. So we're going to focus on custom audiences. It is so simple to create. You're going to be shocked at how easy this is, knowing the majority of people are not doing this, and this is where you win the game. We're going to click custom audience. And now you can see here, connect with people who've already shown interest in your business or product. So we're able to create custom audiences for any of these. People who have visited your website. Customer lists, which is past clients. You can look at people who've interacted with any of your videos on Facebook. Maybe, for example, you've been repurposing your YouTube videos and uploading them to your Facebook page. Incredible strategy to do, natively upload them. Well, you can retarget people who have watched a certain portion of those videos. This is a great one. If you're active on Instagram, you can retarget people with your Facebook ads, with people who interacted with your Instagram. So if you've got local potential buyers and sellers who are, interacting with you, liking your posts, but haven't really, showed any interest, they're not DMing you or anything like that, well, now you're able to get in front of them and start to serve your ads to them and start to convert those people who are just kind of aimlessly interacting with you. People who've interacted with your Facebook page and also lead form, right? This is really important. Anybody that has filled out any of your lead forms before, you're able to retarget those people because those people have shown some level of interest. So what are we going to do? We're going to create custom audiences for all of these. And that's where I'll show you how powerful this really is. So the first one is we could say, okay, we want to create a custom audience, a retargeting audience for people who interacted with our Instagram account. Click next. Now you can see here, people who interacted will come over to my Instagram account. Everyone who engaged with this professional account, you could do it within the last 365 days. However, I usually recommend keeping it if you're very consistent with your content every 30 days. If you're not that consistent, which you should change, 90 days. And now you could just call this IG retarget. Or what I used to like to do and still do is IG 90 days. So it's for Instagram, 90 days. And we're just going to simply click Create Audience. And now what it's going to do is it's going to say populating. And it's going to have this little green ring. That just means that it's going to take a few moments for Facebook to create this retargeting audience. While it's doing that, we're just simply going to create all the other ones. Or actually, we're going to come back here again. And we're going to create a custom audience. And we're going to click Website. Next. And this is going to be, again, all website visitors. And we could do within the last 90 days. We could just say website, 90 days. Create audience. Now we're going to come over and we're going to come back to a custom audience and we could do lead forms. So lead forms, anybody that has interacted with, for example, any of your lead forms in the last 90 days. You could select all of them. So you might be running multiple ads with multiple different lead forms, following any of my other tutorials, and you could just say lead form, 90 days, create audience. And it's going to go ahead and you can see here, creating the audience. And we can come back and we can create all of the different audiences that we might need to use. So Facebook page as well. Anybody that interacted with our Facebook page, and 90. And the reason why you want 90 is because it's still relevant. Like people that interacted with it a year ago probably aren't as engaged as people that have interacted more recently. You're more top of mind. And now we could say Facebook page, 90. Create audience. And now you can see that it's populating. So it's going to take a few moments for this to populate, but now that we're, getting through all of the different retargeting audiences that we want to create, we just need to come back and we need to go to campaigns. So now we're going to actually create the ad itself, the retargeting ad. Now, I'll talk to you about the two different ways you could do this. First, we're going to do the ad where, for example, you're running an ad for a custom list of homes under $500,000 with a pool, something of that nature. We're going to click leads because our goal is to generate leads. And you always want to do a manual leads campaign. You don't want to use the recommended settings because Facebook just wants to use your budget. You want to have full control over this. Continue. And we're just going to say custom list under 500K with pool if you're in some market. Or we can just do 500K in Calgary. Okay, so that's going to be the name. And the campaign name is always important. And the reason why you want to have a very literal campaign name is when you're sifting through your campaigns, as you just saw the monstrosity of my demo account, you want to be able to look at it and know exactly which ad that is performing or underperforming so you can keep it or adjust it. Now, for the special ad categories, you will always have to do housing. This is a requirement for anything that is related to real estate. So always make sure that you click this. If you do not click this, your ad can get disabled. Your entire ad account, you can lose it. So always make sure you're using this. Now you have to select your country as well. And you don't need to worry about A/B testing or active campaign budget. So we're going to do our instant forms. And you need to make sure that we select the Facebook page that we're referring to. And we're going to go ahead and do this. Now, sometimes what you'll see is that it says terms of service not accepted. So this page hasn't accepted it under this ad account. It has in all my other ones. But you just need to go ahead and accept the terms of service. Now, as you're going to see, we want to come down here and we want to adjust the budget to $5. And this is going to be $5 a day. Very, very cheap. And you can see here, you always want to also set a start date. So you want to start maybe the next day at 6 a.m. And you want to set an end date. The reason why the end date is so critical is I've seen time and time again, people completely forget they have ads running and maybe it's not performing and they forget about it and find out 3 months down the road and they've just wasted a ton of money. So you always want to set an end date, usually just put it a little bit away just because, again, this is something that should honestly just be running in the background. And then we're going to go ahead and you'll see sometimes it says ads may get 0 leads. Don't worry about that. That's just because you've got a very small budget and they're telling you that you might not get 0 leads. So they want you to increase your budget. You will still get leads. But again, top of mind awareness. The goal of the retargeting is to stay in front of them. The other ads that are going to be served to new people is where you're going to generate the bulk of your leads. The goal of the retargeting ad is so people never forget about you. They're constantly seeing you every single day. That's why people that engage with my content will say, I can't stop seeing you. Well, yes, that's by design. And that's how I always remain top of mind. Now, you're going to be able to come down here and you'll see audience, custom audiences, and you just have to click here. You don't have to type anything in. You just have to click, and we're going to add this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And if you really want to see what this looks like, if we come over to some of my other options, so like the actual ad account that I run the majority of my ads from, you'll see how crazy this list is if we just click here. And you'll see all of these different retargeting ads that I have. So it is constant. And that's why my ads convert at such a high level. So now we're targeting all of our custom audiences, meaning anytime we run this ad, it's going to be constantly staying in front of everybody that interacted with our Facebook page, filled out a lead form, watched, checked on our website, and also interacted with our Instagram. You can still see, this could take up to 3 days for them to populate the retargeting audience. So sometimes you just have to wait for this, but you could start running it, right? You could start running it right away and it will increase as it populates. So sometimes it's going to start with a smaller, more intimate audience that engages with you the most. And then as the days go on, it's just going to continue to populate and that number will get bigger as you continue to let time pass. So now we have to target the location. So if I'm going to be running this, I'm going to choose my entire city. So I'll choose Calgary, for example. Now with Facebook ads, you can't go less than a 15-mile radius because of the special ad category. That is okay. Facebook's algorithm is so good that you do not have to go less than a 15-mile radius. Especially with retargeting ads, you want to stay in front of people that live in your market and have interacted in any way, shape, or form with anything that you're doing. So make sure it encompasses your entire market. Now, with the special ad category with housing, you're also not able to adjust the age at all or the gender. And all or most of the detailed targeting options have been removed. That is okay. You don't have to worry about that either. That's the blessing of this. Facebook is so easy. And for placements. Now with retargeting placements, you can just leave this, but truthfully, I always like to do manual placements because I found after running a ton of money on ads, again over $1 million a year, what works best is Facebook feed, the profile feed, Instagram feed, and marketplace. Everything else doesn't do that well. Instagram Explorer and Facebook Explorer is okay, but stories and reels doesn't do well. InStream doesn't do well. Search doesn't do well, and neither does apps. So I just keep these trusty ones up here because I personally found that that's where the budget goes the furthest. Okay, so now we have exactly who we're targeting, where we're targeting, and then we have our custom audiences up here, meaning this ad for $5 a day is just going to keep pounding these people. And it's really great. So now you need to make sure to, again, select your Facebook page and your Instagram account because it's going to be running on both Facebook and Instagram since it's owned by the same. Now, again, the ad that we decided that we were going to run is going to be for the custom list of homes. So this is going to be primarily just a straight lead generation ad. And I'll talk to you about the tweak that you can make for the listing ad with sold. Very simple, very easy, but let's start with the one that is probably the most profitable retargeting ad, which is just using the same ad you're using to generate most of your leads, but pushing it to people who've already engaged with you, but haven't taken any action yet. So what we need to do is we need to come down and we have our ad. So we're going to do a single image right here. And now we need to set up the ad creative, image, ad. So we need to add the media. So if we look at this, for example, if we look at some of my photos here, this you'll see what we'll do with the sold one, but we'll just pick an image that would be, again, representing a property that's under $500,000 in my city. And you want this to be definitively a property that is in your city. Now, ideally, when you're running Facebook ads, you want to have a 1-to-1 square cropped photo. This is an ad that I used to run back in 2017, 2018, before they allowed the square crop. The reason why you want square crop, look at this. This takes up more real estate space, no pun intended, on somebody's screen. Whereas if you go with a landscape photo, you can see the top and bottom is just gray. It's just blank space. It's wasted space. So ideally, you want to get an image where it could be cropped and shown in the biggest place possible. It'll show you what it's going to look like over here. You don't need to worry about that, but it's just going to show you what it's going to look like on all these other platforms. So now we have our image. And again, this is just going to be, you can usually use ChatGPT to write this. Maybe we'll just do this right now. Let's open ChatGPT. I am creating a Facebook ad as real estate agent. My goal is to generate the highest number of high quality leads. My ad is for a custom list of the most popular homes under 500K in Calgary. Please write the Facebook ad copy and headline. So I love to use ChatGPT because it has all the data of what's going to perform the best. So we're going to look at this and I'll show you how to tweak it as well, right? Boom. It has the emojis, it has everything, and it has the headline as well. So we can go ahead and copy the headline, come over here. As you can see, and then we're going to come back to ChatGPT and we're going to go ahead and copy this. And now you can see here, click learn more. And the reason being is because, and I talk about this in all my tutorials, learn more is the call to action that gets the highest click-through rate or the most people that click on it versus sign up or some of the other options. So now what we're going to do is come down here and we're going to select learn more for the call to action. Most popular homes in Calgary under 500K. And then we can see updated daily, affordable and great locations, ready to move in or invest. Now you can feel free to tweak this if you would like to. But again, this is pretty good, and ChatGPT is really good when it comes to scraping data. You can see the copy focuses on the value of the custom list, emphasizes the affordability of the options, and encourages quick action with a direct call to action. Fantastic. So now we can see what our ad looks like. And then the only thing you would need to do now is come down and create your lead form. So if we look at creating a lead form, maybe you haven't created one before. We're going to create the lead form, and we'll just say under 500K. And we want higher intent. Now, the reason why higher intent, you've got more volume and higher intent. Higher intent gives people a chance to review the information they put in the lead form. So what happens with Facebook lead forms is that it auto-populates with whatever somebody's information is on Facebook. Well, if you're like me, the email that is associated with my Facebook is not the email that I use on a daily basis. So if I clicked on your lead form, you would get bogus information. You'd never be able to contact me because it's a super outdated email that I just use for social profiles, and it's not the one that I use on a daily basis. But if it's higher intent, it would give me a chance to review it, and I can correct it to make sure that it's right. So we're going to go with higher intent. Now we need to come down here and we need to have a short headline. Where would you like to send a custom list of homes? You want the background image, and that's just going to be the image from your graphic unless you would like to upload one. But I find this converts the best because it provides consistency. So let us know where the best place to send the list is so you can start browsing immediately. Questions. We're going to come through here. You want name, email, phone number. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we'll want to add a category, contact fields, phone number, and I find the order of name, email, phone number works the best, so I like to drag and drop them very easily. And we're going to come here. You do have to put in a little bit of a message here, and you want to write something like, please let us know where you like us to send the list so you can start browsing immediately. Can be the same thing as before, and you're good. So now what we need to do is we need to add the privacy policy. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to come to my website with EXP, KV Core. You can come down to the bottom of any website and click privacy, and you'll have a privacy policy. We're just going to tap in that link. We're going to say privacy policy, and we're good to go. Now the review screen, you can see it's just going to give people a chance to review it, review your info, and they can correct it if it's wrong. And then for leads, thank you. Click below to view the list of most popular homes. You need to make sure it fits within the characters, and we're good to go. Now, I always like to put some sort of call to action here as well. If you have any questions or would like to view something specific, please contact me here at any time, and then put your phone number in if you would like to. And then you want to go to a website. So we said the most popular homes under $500,000. So typically we're just going to go your city, all properties, and max price is going to be 500. Min price usually, $100,000 less. And you want to search or sort it by popularity. Now, also, maybe you want to do single family only. And we're going to apply those filters. And now you've got the most popular homes under $500,000. Copy that link. Add the link. Click to view the list of homes. Create form. That's going to create the form, and then all you have to do is click publish. And now for $5 a day, that ad is going to constantly get in front of people that have interacted with you in any way, shape, or form. Now, we talked in the beginning about retargeting with a sold ad for anything that you just listed. The critical difference is here is that ideally you want to have some sort of a seller's guide. You can get it created on Canva. You can use Gamma app. You could use AI. You could use ChatGPT to write it. It takes seconds. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I've actually got tutorials coming up showing you how to create buyer's presentations, listing presentations, and lead magnets using some crazy artificial intelligence tools. So you don't want to miss that. But again, you can get it created on Fiverr pretty quickly. So the difference there would be you would come up here and you would use a single image, and we're going to edit this image. So we're going to edit the media, and we're going to come down to, for example, a sold ad, like any of these properties that I've sold. Maybe, this was a good one, this big mansion, or yeah, we'll go with that one. So I sold this property. We're going to choose that. Boom. Done. Now, we can come back to ChatGPT and say, the next ad I'm running, or that I need help creating, is a retargeting ad for a home I just sold. This is to get in front of people who saw the ad when I listed it, and now I want to show people that I got the home sold using my creative, innovative, and unique marketing strategies. The call to action should be for people to download my home seller's guide to see how I get homes sold for top dollar in the fastest time possible with my unique strategy and process. And now it's going to update its little memory here, and it's going to tell us what we need to do next. There we go. And now we've got our ad for the just sold. So now we're going to come up here, just sold. Discover how I sell homes for top dollar fast. We'll replace that. And then we're going to come back here and we're going to use this and we're going to paste it in here. And now what you're going to do is the last step is you're going to go through the entire same process, but the only difference is that instead of sending people to, for example, this list, you're going to send them directly to your lead magnet, your home seller's guide. So you can have it either on a landing page using a funnel, or in KV Core, for example, or Chime, Lofty. They have landing pages, so you can embed it directly into there. Or if you really want to just get started in the most simple way, which I did back in the beginning, is I just uploaded it to a Google Drive and allowed people to click on it and get access to it immediately. But that's retargeting ads. So you can just continue to run these ads over and over and over to stay top of mind always. If you have any questions about this, drop them in the comments below and I will make sure to answer all of them. But this is going to separate you from every other agent in your market, and it's going to make sure that you start to close way more deals and that your budget goes a heck of a lot further. So again, if you want to see the full tutorial of how to run your very first ad that will generate leads within 24 hours, check out this next video below. Otherwise, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.